Well, welcome back to the Vehicle Vlogcast, A Little Light in the Night. I want to speak with you this evening about stopping the hallucinations of hope. And what I mean by that is there are certain scenarios in your life that have occurred, and you have been hoping for something to change, someone to change, some situation to change, and not realizing that there are certain things that they are what they are. And no matter how much you hope and pray and wish, there are some things that are just simply not in alignment with your highest and best good, and you need to stop hallucinating and trying to be hopeful for something that simply is not meant to be. So this could be a hard pill for most to swallow, because you want to believe in something so much, but not realizing that it's an illusion. If you believe that there are certain people who are going to get better, they're going to come around. Now, this isn't losing hope for people or situations and not holding space, but you have to be able to distance yourself to not be tangled up in that, where it consumes a part of your life that could actually be slowing you down. So I'm sure that many of you can isolate a situation in your mind right now to think about something that you gave, or someone you gave so much attention to, in hopes that some type of change was going to take place. And it was year after year after year. And then by the time maybe they did change or so, you actually did not, it wasn't that deep to you. Or it didn't turn out to be exactly what you desired for it to be. We have lessons in life, and we need to pay attention. Some things and people are for a season. Some are for a lifetime, right? And if you don't discern what is what, then you can find yourself in this hallucinogenic state of being delusional, of thinking that something's going to take place when it's actually not meant to take place. And then you want to learn your lesson so that you're not consistently attracting these types of experiences into your world. Right? You have to be awake, and you have to make a decision to stop hallucinating. Even though the Bible says that we are to call those things that be not as though they were, you have to understand the context of that. You can't look at a specific person or a situation and say, okay, you're not this, you're not that. You can say that, but you also have to understand that that's not an instantaneous type of occurrence where people or situations that have to be transformed or have to evolve. There's some time with that, a process with that, right? But you don't want to look at something and put your head in the sand and disconnect from the reality that is before you. Because if you do that and you try to pretend that it's something else other than what it is, then you are hallucinating. You are. And you're seeing something that's not there. You're seeing potential for a relationship that's not meant to be. You're seeing potential for a turnaround in a certain situation that it's pretty much not going to happen. All right? So this isn't about judging yourself. This is about being real and looking at, where am I hallucinating? And sometimes you have to use that language and intensity with that. Where am I hallucinating? Where am I tripping, in a sense? I'm on something. Because if I think that this is different and it's going to be different, then either I've intentionally took acid, or I have been given some and didn't know. Now, again, the reason why you have to look at it from that perspective or that vantage point is so that you will make some changes. And you will stop trying to see things in a light that's not there. So a lot of you are wondering why certain breakthroughs haven't happened or why certain things haven't progressed, is because you haven't let go of the illusion, because you're choosing to stay in disillusionment, trying to have hope. I have this saying, and I've been saying it for quite some time, several years, where if I have to have hope for something, it's like, no, that's okay. And there's different contexts to hope. So I'm not talking about having hope for something that you truly believe in, or you hope the best for a person, or hope the best for a situation, okay? I'm not downplaying the word hope. In this context, it means you're like wishing against divine will. You are in a state where you're hoping for something, and that's what I mean by, if I have to hope for it, like let's say for a person who's acting out of character, and I have to hope that they won't act out of character, it's like, oh no, forget that, because that is who they are. That's a pattern, that's a character trait. And if you have to hope that in a certain situation they won't act this way, no, that means that that's not a person aligned, at least not for me. Because if I have to have hope, or I hope that this person will show up for this and keep their word, no. Anytime you have to have hope in those situations, forget it. You need to do something different. Or I hope that the place I'm living in, I hope that it's going to be able to be the best for this scenario. If it's already showing you the potential, and not in a good way, that it's not going to be, then you need to start making a move. You need to start doing something different. Any situation where you have to, I hope this, I hope it's going to come through, I hope that, you can be still in hallucination. So you want to shift yourself from being in those states of disillusionment. So this is my word for you during this time. And I hope that you will make those shifts to stop hallucinating and having those visions of hope that aren't actually meant for you, so that you can get on to what is meant for you.